Hi there, Leo. It's Maria from the Tarot Shop here with your reading for the month of October. There are two piles of cards in front of me. If this is your first time here, this is an oracle deck, so I'll take one card there to see what the cards have to say for you for the month ahead, and then 6 tarot cards. I always put the details of the decks that I'm using in the description comment if you want to see which ones they are. And without further ado, Leo, let's see what the month of October has in store for you. I always say this: if it doesn't resonate, please don't try and make it fit. It may not. It should feel right, and if it doesn't, then check out your moon or your rising signs instead, because you might find it's there. Now, that's not a cop-out, I promise you this, and it's because we are pretty much conditioned to focus on our sun sign, but we actually also pretty much operate on an equal basis from our moon sign as well. So it's always good to check out both, and your rising. Right. Let your creativity flow, Leo. So let's pop that there and see what that is relating to. Sorry, I took it off camera. Sometimes I bring the cards in so you can see that it's live, and then, of course, I knock the camera or I throw them everywhere like I did then. Right. Leo, October. What would you like to tell Leo about the month of October? What message have you got? 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. Okay, so first things first, we've got 2 major arcanas. So this is a pivotal month. You will leave the month of October changed in some way, and it very much feels as if put my teeth in. I don't really have false teeth, but yes, it's saying to take charge. You're going to assert yourself, which is probably where we're later letting the creativity flow. So interesting that you've got the 2 of Wands and also the Chariot at the beginning of the month. So this means the very beginning of the month of October until about the 10th or 12th. You have this where you have to make a decision. You've got to choose between something. And interesting that it's the Chariot as well, because you can see we've got 2 Sphinx here, so you can go in either direction. And very often, and this is how it feels for me, you're being put in a situation where you're going to have to make a decision at the month beginning that is going to feel conflicting. You're going to want to do both, you know? Is it this way or this? They both, when you weigh up both options, it's going to be, I'll get to it in a second because I can see where you're going to go. But it's about, I don't really want to do that because I don't know if I'm that good at that. I think I'll do that because it's a safe option. And then courage is going to come and get involved in it all and say, now look, what do you really want to do? Don't go for the safe option. Don't, you see, again, we've got let creativity flow. Choose the thing that's going to allow your creativity to flow, and also is the one thing that you really want to do. When you've got the Chariot, you're moving forward at great speed, and there's progress here. So it doesn't matter if you haven't really got heaps of experience at it, because you'll progress very quickly, if that makes sense to you. And it creates an opportunity. So you've got this decision, you'll decide one way or the other. Hopefully you'll allow your creativity to flow. And then straight away, you've got the 3 of Wands, you've got the 2 and the 3. So you make a decision and then it happens. The creativity. You can see this is the Merchant, and what he's done is he's actually already decided and he's put it out into the world, and he's now going to waiting for his ship to come in, you know. So it's about the fact that you've made the decision, you've put it out there, and actually now it's about waiting for the rewards, or to reap the rewards, or for your ship to return. And it happens, it allows you, what this does is once this happens at the beginning of the month, it then allows you to be free. I don't know what that means, but that's about the fact that it allows you to feel freer, to think about the possibilities of freedom. The Knight of Swords moves forward at great speed, cuts through the chaos in our minds, because remember, swords are to do with the mind. So, and you can see he's cutting, it's not taking any, he's just literally going for it. And that's the best way to describe that. And when you've got the Chariot as well, this is huge progress. Instant, like at great energy. It's wonderful to have. You just got to tap into that, let the creativity. I think that's kind of the key to it. At the end of the month, you've got the King of Wands, which says that you're now able to take responsibility for yourself. You're taking charge of the whole thing. and you're taking charge of it all, and you're able to create it and make something make something of your life. I don't want to say that sounds really quite dramatic, but it's true. And what this says is that you're taking responsibility, and like a king, you need to make sure that you are doing it with kindness and compassion. Do you know what I mean? So you are actually ruling over your empire, essentially. So you're not the emperor, but you're kind of like that sort of energy. So you're the boss, you know? You become the boss, or the boss becomes very significant to you. You've got the Wheel of Fortune here, which is the card of luck. The one thing I want you to understand is that whatever it is that you're going through here, whatever's happening in your work life, in your creativity, in your active pursuits, it's actually time to move forward. The Wheel of Fortune is the card of luck. Make no sense because it's the Wheel of Fortune. But you see, this is because everything happens evolutionary. So when something has to end, because it's time for it to end, then the wheel keeps on turning, it moves forward. So we move forward and we keep going around, and it's like moving forward like the hands of time. So all of this is happening right now, Leo, because it's time for your life to change. It's time for something to happen at speed, because you've been, you know, there's an essence of urgency here for some reason. There's a lot of urgency about you making this decision and moving forward and allowing this creative process and all of this stuff to happen, because it's time for change. And you become and at the end of the month is when the time really, it's really time for change, if that makes sense to you. So I hope that you found that helpful. And as I always said, I think I said earlier actually, is to check out your moon as well if it doesn't fit. But thank you very much for your time. Bye-bye.